Welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to apply for the Czech Government Scholarship on their portal and explain the application process in details to make it easy and faster for you. So basically, I'm going to take you to their application portal, show you how to register, hint you about filling the form. Some of the things that you need to fill the form, and also hint you on how to write the motivational letter that is required for this application. I'm also going to talk about the two compulsory online tests and give you ideas on what to expect on the tests. So this video is full of information. Make sure you watch it to the end. In order to apply for the Czech Government Scholarship, you need to come to this portal, right? Then select this registration under the English section. This is for English speakers, except if you speak Czech language or you understand Czech language, then you can go with this one. All right, so you click on this one. But before we go into the registration, you can also check the guidelines. For example, you want to know the guidelines in detail, right? You can check the guidelines here by clicking on this particular guidelines under the English section. Okay, then it will take you to where like a PDF viewer where you can check the things you need to know before you apply for the scholarship. Okay, so it's so important. All right, I would recommend you going through the guidelines. Okay, but then let me make it easy for you in this video. Right, let me make it easy for you in this video. So now you click on this registration if you want to register. All right, once you click on this registration, then you come to this place and select your nationality. Let's say you're from Zambia. You select Zambia, for example. Then you enter your surname, your middle and your first and middle name. You write it here. Make sure you're writing it in a way that the first letter should be in capital letter. Then the rest should be like in small letters, right? For example, you can write, if your surname is John, you can write like this. Follow the same pattern to fill in this one. So let's say John Collins, and your middle name is, for example, let's say Ahmed, for example. So you can do it like that, all right? Then here you need to select if you're a male or female, right? Then here you need to enter your date of birth. You select it from the drop down here. So let's say you were born on the 2nd of January, okay, 1993, for example. All right, then here you need to enter your birthplace. So if you were born in Abuja, Nigeria, or let's say Lusaka, because Zambia, Lusaka, for example, you enter it here. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is your birthplace. Then birthplace of city. Okay, sorry, here it should be the country, Zambia. Right, here should be the country, that because it says birthplace, birth of place, country. Then here should be the city, which is like Lusaka, right? Then here you need to type in your email address, make sure it's correct, and you need to create a password here and repeat the same password or confirm it here, all right? If the country is not mentioned in the offer, the scholarship for the particular academic year are not available, right? So important, okay? Make sure you adhere to the guidelines, because I noticed that it's not all countries that are eligible to apply. By the way, I've made a video like a preamble to this scholarship, like introducing it to you. It's on YouTube on my channel, okay? So make sure you watch that video for better understanding, so that you can get the concepts, so that you will know if you're eligible for this scholarship or not. Because in that video, I stated the countries that are eligible to apply for this scholarship, all right? So it's so important that you watch that video. So after you've done that, I accept that my personal data given in this application form and its annexes will be processed. Anyway, you just read them on your own. And after that, you click on this agree, okay? So you clicking on agree means that you accept these personal terms, you accept this, all right? Then when you click on that, then I think they're going to send you an email. Then you need to activate or something like that. But anyway, whether they send you an email or not, The next phase is going to be where you have to fill the form, right? You're going to fill the form itself, because this part is just to create to create a registration. For example, it's just like creating a Facebook account. That's what you're doing here. So after this registration phase, then you have to fill the form. And in that form, they will ask you a couple of questions. Okay. They will ask you a couple of questions which you have to fill. One important part of that phase is that you need to write a motivational letter, and they're going to state the things they want you to outline in that letter. For example, I think they're going to ask you, why have you chosen the Czech Republic, or why have you chosen this program? I think they're going to ask you that. Okay, I'm not sure right now, but you just read the guidelines and adhere to it. And another thing that I think they're going to ask you is that, how would this help you in your future career, for example? And you need to state clearly what you're going to do after finishing your program. Okay, you need to state clearly in that letter, how would that program you're going to study in Czech Republic help you towards the development of your country back in, Zambia or Nigeria or India or wherever you're writing from or you're applying from. Okay, very, very important. Just make sure you follow the guidelines that they're going to give you. Okay, so important. All right, this is very, very important, an important part of the application. Then also make sure that you have information regarding your primary school, your secondary school, your university education. If you're applying for, yeah, basically, if you're from Africa, one of these African countries, I think you're only eligible to apply for masters. But of course, there are other nationals that are eligible to apply for bachelor's degree, because I think those ones that are eligible to apply, or a country that is eligible to apply for bachelor's degree, they have to speak the Czech language or something like that to some degree. But I know that the master's degree, for those applying for the master's degree, they need to know English, which you're going to write a test. Okay, I'm going to explain that about the test. Okay, so make sure you watch this video to the end. All right. Before I go further, if you haven't liked this video, please click on the like button. All right, and share this video with somebody to help somebody. Maybe somebody needs it more than you. Maybe you don't really need it. Share it to somebody. Okay. Share it with somebody, and also please subscribe, okay, and click the bell if you haven't done so. Right? We drop informative videos like this on this channel. I've dropped videos about scholarships, scholarship opportunity scholarship opportunities in Croatia, in Estonia, Poland, and other countries. So there are a lot of things that you look out for in this on this channel. All right. So this is not the only video on the channel. So make sure that you engage with other videos as well, and subscribe, click the bell so that you'll be notified. You'll be one of the first people to be notified whenever I drop videos. Right? Yeah. So this is so important. Okay. This is so important. So after you finish the next phase of the application and you've submitted it, okay, then you're going to write two tests. Okay, you're going to take two tests online. The first test is the knowledge test, which is like, I think, about 30 minutes long. All right, and it is called over 15. Okay, then the next test is the English test, which is called over 100, and it is about 60 minutes long. Okay, let me explain the English test before I go to the knowledge test. Now, this English test is not something hard, especially if you're an English speaker, or if you come from an English speaking country like Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, etc. Okay, they are basically testing to know your ability they want to know your proficiency in vocabulary, in grammar. So make sure you study and practice about grammar and vocabulary in English. There is no comprehension or any passage as far as I know. Okay, there is no passage as far as I know. Okay, so practice questions regarding grammar and vocabulary. Okay, so if you do that, I believe that you'll be successful in this English test. Okay, so very important. Also be time conscious, because once the time elapses, you can't do anything anymore. You understand? It will just finish. The test will just finish, so you can't do anything anymore. So make sure you're conscious of the time. Then let's come to the knowledge test. Now, this knowledge test comprises of some simple mathematics. For example, maybe like, for example, simultaneous equation. But the way the simultaneous equation would come might not be regular. You get it? I think it will not be a regular way. It can come in like spade, heart, so it's up to you now to substitute X and Y into it. Maybe for heart, you can put X, and for spade, you can put Y, because it will be easier for you to solve it that way. And if you're solving a simultaneous equation, you can use the substitution method, or you can use the elimination method. All right. So whichever method that you want to use that is easier for you and faster for you, use it in that test. Okay. So make sure you have your calculator close to you and your piece of paper and your pen. Okay. So that you can do your workings there. Okay. Very, very important. And also some of the things that will come out in that test, sequence. I think sequence will come out. Like they can put some list of sequence, for example, 2, 4, 6. What's the next number? So you know that 2, 4, 6, the difference between them is 2, 2, 2. When you add 2, 2 to them, so the next number will be 8. So those kind of questions, those logical questions will come out, or I think will come out. All right. Then another kind of questions that will come out is those kind of questions that you need to use your quantitative or logical reasoning. So like they can put some shapes. All right. Then they will ask you to select the one that is different from the one in the question. So they can just put one shape and a list of options, and they'll tell you to remove one that is not closely related. Do you understand? To the shape on the question in the question. Yeah, something like that. And also they can put some diagrams, and they'll tell you that, okay, like it's kind of like a rotation kind of question. So you're rotating the diagram, you're rotating the it can be a polynomial, sorry, it can be a polygon, right? It can be a polygon, it can be a triangle with some shapes inside it, and they'll rotate it, and they'll tell you what is the next, if you rotate it to the left or to the right, what will be the next pattern. You get it? Those kind of questions. Yeah. So expect those kind of questions. All right. I think those kind of questions will come out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it about the knowledge test. Okay. And yeah, other kind of questions like that. Okay. So, and they can also ask you about, maybe they might ask you about speed, if this travel from point A to point B, right? So that kind of question. Maybe what is the speed, or what's the distance between them? You understand what I mean? So expect those kind of questions, or those kind of questions might come out. Yeah. Then after you've submitted the two tests, they'll score you immediately. You'll see your score. So the total score for the two tests is 115. Okay. As I said, the knowledge test is out of 15, and the English test is out of 100. Okay. So after writing the test, you're going to see something there saying that please wait and see your application after 30th of September. Okay. Then I think after 30th of September, if you're qualified, if you're chosen, if your application has been selected, the embassy in your country, okay, I think your country of residence or your country of origin, anyway, the embassy will contact you if you've been selected, and they'll contact you to come for an interview. So it's going to be like an interview, and if you pass the interview, then the next phase is going to be sending your documents, or submitting your document in person, or maybe sending by post, however that they ask you to do it. Okay, then I think if you send your documents, the next phase will be final result or something like that, then visa application if you qualify. Yeah, that's it about the Czech government scholarship. I wanted to break it down for you, you know, in a language you understand. You understand? So, I mean, you don't even need to go through that guideline I told you to go to. If you watch this video till this time and you watch that first one I did already on my channel, which I would recommend you to watch it. Go and watch that video after watching this particular one. Okay? Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and also like this video, okay, so that YouTube can project it to many other people. All right. It's so important that you like this video, and also please share it with your friends and your loved ones. Maybe somebody needs this opportunity more than you, or you feel like I need this opportunity, but I want to share it with my friend. Then also share it with your friend as well, right? So if you're a couple and two of you want to relocate at the same time, you can take the exam, and also you can apply, and also your spouse can also apply. Yeah, that's it about this video. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't done so, and click the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we drop videos. Yeah. We offer one-on-one consultation for those of you that want me to guide you. You want me to hold your hand and guide you personally. You understand? Then you can also book that session. The link is in the description under this video. All right? Yeah. Make sure you drop a nice comment in the comment section, and let me know your questions as well there. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.